Samuel Barge, yeah, thanks for requesting the song, Samuel. Give me your money to do a song. I insult you, Samuel. How dare you? How dare you request this song? I'm getting frustrated. In a heavy rain standing off an old country road, sat a high rolling river so swift. It was a shikaboo, Mike's Music Method. Ba-goom. Today we are doing If Today Doesn't Do Me In by Ian No. If you don't know this guy, check out his songwriting. Pretty cool. I only know a handful of his songs because of listeners like you who've requested them. So this song is pretty darn cool. The picking, whoo! This guy has some really odd thumb patterns going on here. The way he's picking it is way more complicated than you think it would be. And it's actually really quite beautiful. Once you start paying more attention to the picking, there's a lot of nuance happening, different thumb patterns, really cool descending patterns, a really pretty melody. By the end of this song, you are really going to have a lot of control over your thumb. So that's what you're going to get good at when you do this one. It is not a beginner piece, so as always, check out that Travis picking playlist and work through several of those. I mean, get through the first 10 before you try and tackle this one. It's a little bit tricky. But keep in mind, this song is fairly easy to simplify, so follow along with me. What we do here at Mike's Music Method is we go note for note, every single measure. But then later on, timestamps below, check out where we go over the chord chart and we talk about singing it, because there I explain all sorts of ways which you can think about simplifying this song and making it easier. Also, at the very end of this video, I do slow runs, where I take you through each section of the song nice and slow so you can follow along with the tab. And speaking of tabs, they're all available for free at mikesmusicmethod.com. I do highly encourage you to sign up for one of the plans to help keep this whole thing alive, but there is a free version if you absolutely need it. But more on that later when we do the donation pitch. This song was sponsored by Samuel Barge. Thank you, Samuel. If any of you out there need a song tabbed out, hit me up. If you want a tutorial done, hit me up. Sponsor a song at mikesmusicmethod.com. Get your tab, print it out so you're ready to go, because without further ado, we are doing Ian Knows If Today Doesn't Do Me In. Capo 1. So we got a pickup beat in measure 1, pointer finger on the 3rd string. That's it. Then the next measure, so the song's in 3/4. It's going to be tricky. Your thumb's going to want to go back and forth, but the thumb pattern is 5-3-3. So right off the bat, put your left hand pinky down on the 3rd fret of that high string for your C chord. And I'm going to pinch 5 and 2 with my thumb and pointer, but my left hand pointer finger's up, and I hammer into that C chord. Then my thumb goes to the 3rd string. Pinch 5-2, thumb to 3rd. Then I immediately hit the 1st string, and I'm doing it with my middle finger, so I'm going to alternate a lot between my pointer and my middle. So the pinch is with my pointer, thumb and pointer, thumb on the 3rd. Then my middle finger goes to the top string, thumb goes back to the 3rd, pointer finger goes to the 2nd. So the 2nd, well, there's no really half here because it's in 3/4. But that's the ending. Open on the 3rd string, 1st string, open on the 3rd, then pointer. So it's thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, after the hammer on part. So with the hammer on, 2, 3. And guys, if you're new to songs in 3/4, that might take a long time. Your brain isn't going to want to cooperate if you're always used to going back and forth. 3rd string, 3rd string. That might be a real trip, so go very slow. Don't be hard on yourself. It's going to take some time. Measure 2. We've got an E minor, but it's like an E minor 7 because we don't need the 4th string. We're playing that open. But then we also have the note C, the 1st fret on that 2nd string, to make it like an E minor 6. Really beautiful chord. Another way to think about it, it's really just an E minor, but he anticipates the F chord. So that's kind of what he's thinking, is he's playing that note in the F chord a little early, as opposed to thinking of it as an E minor 6. But it doesn't matter. Let's just play the thing. So you only need that finger down and then the pointer. Looks like that. Real funny. And it's 6, 5, 4 is the thumb pattern. So So now it's descending, and it's a 3-note pattern here. 6, 5. Then my pointer finger is playing open on the 3rd string in between that 2nd beat. 6, 5, 3. Are the strings there? Thumb, thumb, pointer. Then I got thumb on 4, and I'm doing my middle finger on 2. If you wanted to do your pointer finger, that would be fine. So real slow. 3, 4. Measure 3, we got an F chord. Definitely got to do your thumb over the top F, because we have a lot of movement on that 3rd string. Thumb pattern here is 6, 4, 4. So we've already seen 3 different thumb patterns. So 6, 4, 4. And what we're doing here on beat 1, we're pinching 6 and 3, but I'm going to lift my left hand middle finger because I want that to be open. And I'm going to do that. I'm pinching 6 and 3, and then I'm hammering on with my middle finger onto the 2nd fret. Then my thumb's immediately on the 4th string. Then I'm doing middle finger on the 2nd. Then it's the thumb alone on the 4th. And then we've got one more beat after that, which is to do the pointer finger, but it's back open on the 3rd string. So I got to lift that middle finger again on the left hand and snag that open. So really slow. 1, 2, 3. In measure 5, we have a C sus2 chord. So C, we got the pinky down on the 3rd fret, adding that G on top, but we're lifting our middle finger, and it's going to be open. Beautiful C suspended 2nd chord. And here the thumb is 5, 4, 5. So far, first 4 measures, we've got 3 different thumb patterns. 5, 4, 5. And it is 5, 1, and I'm doing thumb middle, thumb middle. Then I'm doing thumb on the 5th, pointer on the 3rd. So there the strings are 5, 1, 4, 3. Then it ends thumb back to 5, and then I'm doing my, I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess my middle is doing 2. So my middle's doing double duty. I could do the ring finger at the beginning, but it's easy enough to just move that middle finger. So the strings are 5, 1, 4, 3, 5, 2. My fingers are thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Then the middle shifts to the 2nd string. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I don't know how to count. But you get the idea. Measure 6, we've got an A minor 7 chord. Thumb pattern. So let's voice this first. It's like an A minor, but you lift the ring finger because we don't need it. Then you put the pinky down on the 3rd fret of the highest string. A minor 7. Sorry, I gotta shut my phone off. But what I'm doing here, check this thumb out. First, we're hammering on the 4th string. Then we're going to the 5th. Then we're going to the 3rd. What is this guy doing? So I don't know. I'm watching the live version, and I haven't really listened that much to the studio. I was kind of going back and forth, but mainly did the live version. I don't know if he does it the same every time or if he's just winging it, right? He has a good sense of improvising, and he knows kind of like how to walk and run things. But it's goofy. I certainly would never write a thumb pattern like this. So Ian, very cool right hand picking here. So anyways, we're on that A minor 7, pinky down. Hammering on the 4th string, open to 2. Then the thumb hits the next note as well. So it's 1, and as the hammer on, then the thumb hits 5. 4th string, 5th. Then I'm going middle finger on the highest string. Then after that, my thumb is doing the 3rd string. My pointer is doing the 2nd. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Measure 7, again, goofy. I would not start the pattern here, but I kind of get what he's doing. It's a cool little illusion of where the downbeat is. So it's a G chord, again, G, but we don't need our middle finger, so we just need 3, and then 3 on top. But we do need the pointer finger on the 2nd string, because it's like a G11. Got that C in there. But what he's starting on, the thumb is doing 4, 6, 3. 7 different ways for 7 measures of music. So let's just go through the whole thing here. I got 4 with my thumb, pointer finger does 3. 1 and then my thumb does 6 and my middle finger goes all the way to the first string. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, 4th, 3rd, 6th, 1st. Then my thumb goes to the 3rd string and my pointer does the 2nd. So 2, 3. 2, 3. Next measure is still different. Measure 8. What he's doing here, this is kind of goofy because it is a thumb over the top F chord. But usually when you do the thumb over the top F chord, you're not playing the 5th string. But check this out. He actually is fretting that one. So my ring finger is going to be on that C. So I got 1st fret, 5th fret. Then I need nothing on the 4th string. Then my 1st finger is on the 1st fret of the B string. Then my pinky snags the 3rd fret of the top string. So again, normal, it's like the normal thumb over the top F, but my ring finger is moving up. And to make it even weirder, it's a 9 chord because our pinky's down, right? But then it's actually, and he's doing the 9 there as well because we don't actually need that middle finger. He's lifting it. He does play with that trick later, but right now that 3rd string is going to be open, so you don't need that. And here it is. Oops, sorry. You really got to be using your fingertips here to get all these to sound nice and clean. The thumb is 5, 6, 3. Remember that 3's open. Don't need that. But I'm doing 5, 2. So thumb, pointer. Sorry if my guitar is too low here. Thumb, pointer. Then my thumb goes to the 6th string and my middle finger goes to the 1st. 5, 2, 6, 3. Then I'm going to 3 with my thumb. My pointer finger does 2. 2, 3. 2, 3. Yeah. Measure 9, we just go to a G. And have some cool little walking here. Again, with a different thumb pattern. 6, 5, 5. But we're just on a G chord. I just need that ring finger there. 6, 3, that's thumb pointer. Then I do open on the 5th string, then my middle finger goes to open on the 2nd. 6, 3, then open, open on 5, 2. Then I go do 5 again, but with the 2nd fret down, right? So I got the walking bass line, G, A, B. 2nd fret there, and then my pointer finger back to the 3rd string. 6, 3, 5, 2, 5, 3. 3. Now is the perfect time to use your timestamps. Go down below, do a slow run through, make sure you got some of that. I say this every video, but guys, learn it before you practice it. This is hard. I would, no joke, take 2 measures at a time, spend several days on those 2 measures. Because if you get some of this technique stuff down right at the beginning, really smooth, really tight, nuanced, no extra tension or extra motion, economy of motion, all that kind of stuff. If you get that dialed in from the get-go, then spending all that time on the 2 measures is going to make the rest of these feel much easier. So if you stop the video now, I'm fine with that. I'm fine getting less YouTube watch minutes. The goal is to make you a better player. So pause, stop, come back in a week. Get that down really, really good. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, no joke. Go slow. So if you got your free tab at mikesmusicmethod.com, we are at measure 9, right? And then you see the repeat sign. And we jump back and we do 1 to 6 exactly as it is. And then you jump to the second ending, which is measure 10. But let's go from the pickup beat. Let's take it from the top and just run through 1 to 6 one more time. Because when you put it in context, there's a couple of things I want to point out here to get you sounding really good. So 3... sorry, we'll do the pickup beat on 3. So it's 1, 2, pick up. That is so, sorry, I went a little bit further, but that is so beautiful. And what I want to point out there that's so clever on Ian's part here is in measure 6, the ending is, then in measure 7, measure 10, right? We got that 3 open 1. That's his beautiful little tag at the end of each of those lines, but he's doing this, the chords are changing and he's got different bass movement each time. It's so beautiful. And you're gonna play it wrong if you're just doing like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You've got to have that whole long melodic line in mind. You've got to have that whole long melodic line in mind. I did it. Say it 5 times fast. Peter Piper picked a package of peppers. Peter Cheetah Petter picked a piper pick peppers. Anyway, you got the tab, you get the song flow. We do 1 through 9, then we would repeat 2, right? Because 1's the pickup beat, 2 to 6. But then it takes us to the second ending here, which is measure 10 in the tab. Which is cool. Man, this is really clever. Now that I'm teaching you guys, I'm liking it more and more. So we're doing thumb, check this out, 3, 5, 2. And check out this weird chord. Again, yeah, I guess it's that A minor 7 now that I'm looking at it. But we start on the 3rd string, then we go to the 1st. Remember A minor 7. I got these 2 down, A minor 7, adding the pinky. So you got open on the 3rd, middle on the 1st. Thumb goes then to the 5th, and my pointer goes to the 2nd. So 3, 1, 5, 2, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. But then my thumb goes to 4, but it's back to the pointer on 2. So the whole thing, 1, 2, 3. Donation pitch. Guys, Mike's music method operates on the value for value model. These videos take a lot of time, a lot of my talent, a lot of my treasure to create, and so I'm asking for some of that back from you, the value for value. What's it worth to you? Maybe every time you learn a song at Mike's music method, you toss 10 bucks in the hat. Maybe you're given 20 bucks a month, maybe it's 5 bucks a month. Whatever works for you, that's the beauty of the value for value model. I could charge, and I'd probably make more money for this stuff if I did, but it was my promise from day one that I would make this as accessible as I could to as many people as possible. So yes, you can snag all this content for free if you're really hard on your in financial dire straits. But if you have the means and the money, please, I encourage you, help support the channel, buy me time so that I can make more of these videos. Going to keep it short this time. Value for value model, links down below. Mike's music method also has all the links to the different ways you can contribute. Thank you so much. Measure 11, it's just a G chord, but we start with the thumb on the 4th string. The thumb pattern is 4, 6, 4. So novel yet again. And it's 4, 3, thumb pointer. Then I do thumb on 6, and my middle finger does the 2nd string. So 4, 3, 6, 2. Then I'm going to have a compound movement here is what I call these things, where I hammer on the 1st fret on the 2nd string, but the moment I hammer, my thumb's hitting the 4th string. So the hammer is being sounded on the 2nd string, but my thumb is hitting the 4th. So practice that. Again, if you don't know this move, it's going to take you a while to get it down, so make sure you got it. And again, don't sweat it if you got to do it 1,700 times or so. All right, so 4, 3, 6, 2, hammer on with the thumb, compound movement, then I end with my pointer finger on the 3rd string. 2, 3. Sounds weird alone, but it's because the melody rises in the next measure here, measure 12, where I put my pinky down on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and I'm pinching 6 and 2 there. Thumb jumps all the way to 3, middle finger does 1, thumb does 3 again, then my pointer finger does 2, but I lift the string so it's open. My pinky lifts and it's now open. So 6 and 2, 3, 1, 3, 2 is open. The fingers are pinch, thumb and pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. That's the bulk of the song. Again, slow run through at the bottom. Make sure you got it before moving on. But the verse, we're going to see a lot of repeat stuff. Of course, singing with it is a whole other story. But I think we're going to breeze through most of this until closer to the end, where there are some more tricky parts coming up. So 13, 14, we saw exactly the same at the beginning. 15 is a little different. It's an F. There's no hammer on it or anything. F over the top. It's just 6, 4, 2, 4, 3. So that's, sorry, my guitar is sinking again. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Right, slight variation. Here it's a C chord with the pinky down in 16. Hard to hear with the singing what exactly he's doing, but I'm hearing 5, 4, 1, then 4 again, but it's open. That like sus chord again. So thumb on 5, thumb on 4, middle finger on 1, thumb back to 4, but it's fretted open. 2, 3. Pretty easy, right? To A minor in 17. Easy enough. 5, 4, 2, 4, thumb, thumb, middle, thumb. Then to a G with the 4 in there, or the 11, right? The C there. 6, 4, 2, 4, thumb, thumb, middle, thumb. Then to an F here in 19. That's a new pattern. We haven't seen that yet. What's going on there is we got the thumb on 6, thumb on 4, then immediately hit the second string with your middle finger. Then the thumb does the hammer on the third string, open to 2, 2, 3, thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, 6, 4, 2, 20. You've seen a million times. Now that part repeats. That's just like the beginning of the verse, 13 to whatever that was, 20. 24 is a little different, almost the same as whatever, 16, but we got one extra note at the end. Right, it becomes that C sus, but then he just adds the pointer finger at the end. That's it. We've seen that before. 25. So 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. And again, it's A minor 7, but we got, or A minor, but we got the pinky down, A minor 7. So again, thumb on 5, thumb on 4, pointer goes to 2, thumb on 3, middle to 1, 2, 3. 26 has a pinch at the beginning of the F. Lift that third string fret again, or second fret on the third string, lift it, the A to the G. So pinch 6 and 3, thumb on 4, middle on 2, thumb on 4 again, pointer finger hits 3, but it's lifted, so it's open. 2, 3. And 27. And 27 is really cool, very similar to what we've seen before, where he has this nice little walk and hammer-on part on the G chord. It's a little different than it was before. What we do is 6, 3, just on a normal G chord, 6, 3, then middle finger on the second string. Compound movement, where I hammer that first fret, but also hit the fourth string with my thumb. Then pointer finger does the third string. Then we pinch again, like we've seen before. 6 and 2, that pinky goes down on the third fret. Then after that pinch, it's thumb on 4, middle on first string, thumb on 3, pointer on second string, but it's also open, I lift the pinky. So I think that was the same. Yeah. Kicked my camera. I hope it's looking kind of the same. All right, so then 28 to 35 is basically identical to what we have seen, or whatever, 29 to 35, 33, 34, 35. Yeah, and then we transition here into, like, I don't know if you call this the chorus or the pre-chorus here, and measure 36. So we have a C chord, pinching 5 and 2, thumb and pointer. Then I'm pinching 3 and 1, and I'm doing thumb and middle. And then I go to a G chord, and pinch 6 and 2 again. Or sorry, 6 and 2 for the first time. So 5 and 2, 3 and 1, and a C chord. Then a G chord, 6 and 2 is all I need. Measure 37, where we're singing what I call the pre-chorus. It's still goofy, guys. So the F chord, I'm pinching 6 and 3. Then I've got thumb on 4, middle on 1, thumb on 4. Then a G chord, 6 and 2, thumb and pointer there. Thumb on 4, middle finger goes to the first string. Then my thumb goes back to 4, and I do the second string with the pointer, but I have put my first finger down. Now I suppose it could have been down the whole measure, but it is that G11 again. One more time. 39, back to an F, which we've seen before. And then a C. We've seen that before with that added open at the end, that's sus2. 41 is new, it's the A minor with the pinky down, that type of A minor 7. And he just does 5, 4, then he strums the top 3. Or it's possible he like pinches them. I don't know what he's doing, but it's definitely like a bigger sounding hit there at the end of 41. F. 43, you think you've seen it before, but it's still slightly different. A 43 is the same. But here, the next one's different, 44 here. Right, we got that pinch again, that nice climb on the G. But this time it ends on that G11. So we're pinching 6 and 2, the pinky's down there. Thumbs on 4th now. Open on 1st. So thumb pointer, thumb, middle, thumb goes to 3, then pointer finger does a second string, but I gotta move back. My pinky lifts up to the 1st fret. 2, 3. Yeah! 45, we finally get to the chorus. We're through most of the song, guys. He starts on a C chord. And it's this is still new, by the way. We've seen it before, but I don't think exactly like this. It's 5, 4, 1, 4. And he's got the pinky down. 5, 4, 1. Or sorry, 5, 3, 1, 3. 5, 3, 1, 3. Is that a zip code? An area code? That's too many numbers. 311, 513, 512. Texas. 412, San Francisco. 773, Chicago. 412, Pittsburgh. No, 415, San Francisco. I don't know. Now I'm totally baffled. But whatever, we've seen that before. 46, seen it. Oops, sorry. And then 49, if today doesn't do me in. Here it's new. I know some of that other stuff might have been new, but there's so much variety that there's no way anyone's memorizing all of that. Certainly he didn't memorize all of that. As I said in the beginning, you're just going to want to pick and choose what you want to do. Simplify it. Certainly this is one of the songs where you should simplify it. But to be more exact, not really simplify it, but just kind of make it your own, right? Don't obsess on all the exact variety he's doing. Find some of your own variety. Learn how to feel it out. That's what I mean. I don't mean simplify it. Learn how to feel it out on your own so that you can just kind of groove with it without having to overthink it. But 52 is a new idea here. First time we have a 16th note in the song. Pinching C chord with the pinky down. Pinching 5 and 2. You can see my reflection, can't you, in my computer screen? Let's get that out of the way. That didn't even really resolve it, did it? There we go. If anyone's a lighting pro, please hit me up. I do have John Hurt lit nicely back here, don't I? I hope that I'm bright enough. Because I was getting everything reflected. So my buddy Abong, that's actually his name, Abong, I'm not making that up. Freaking love my Indian buddy Abong. But he told me just not to actually shine the lights on me, but to reflect them off the walls and stuff. So hopefully this isn't as harsh with the glare right off my guitar. Anyway, so we're pinching 5 and 2. Really quick hammer on the 4th string, open to 2. And right after that quick hammer on, I'm hitting the first string with my middle finger. So pinch, and the thumb on the third string. So the bass line is 5, 4, 3. Real slow, 2, 3. 53 is a little bit new as well. We just have a quick hammer on. And instead of getting into the chord and only hammering that one, because it's at the beginning of the chord, I always just hammer into the whole chord. Way easier to think about, and you don't really have time to get to the chord to only hammer that one finger. It ruins the whole effect. So you're hammering into the entire chord, but I'm only pinching 5 and 3. So you're only really hearing those, even though everything's being hammered on. Then 4, 2, 4. Measure 54. Still new. we have a pull off. We're doing pinching 6 and 3, but I'm pulling off that middle finger on the third string. Then thumb to 4, middle to 1, thumb to 3, pointer to 2. 2, 3. So beautiful. 55. I swear this is what he's doing. It's also new. He's hammering on the he's doing a heavy thumb on the 4th, so he's hitting like 4 and 3 together, and he's hammering onto the 2nd fret. So you're in C chord position because you're on that F, and so you're kind of just pivoting like that. So I'm hammering onto the 2nd fret, and I'm doing a heavy thumb on 4 and 3. And then my thumb's going to the 5th string for the C chord there. Then I go immediately to the 1st string with my middle. Thumb goes to 3. Pointer goes to 2. 2, 3. 2, 3. 56. Different yet again. And here it is 5, 1, thumb middle. Now I'm doing the same hammer on here, heavy on the 4 and hammering on. And then I can't tell here if it's like if he's pinching 3 and 2, or if again he's just being heavy with the thumb there. Because I'm hearing kind of the 3rd and 2nd string. It's up to you to pinch it or just do a heavy thumb. 57 is the same as 53. The F is the same as well. Here it's different. But guess what? We've actually seen that part. Haha, Ian. Couldn't come up with anything new, huh? Had to regurgitate the same old finger picking part, didn't you? Didn't you, man? Oh. If you can't tell, I'm getting a little annoyed with this song, guys. Getting a little annoyed. Samuel Barge, yeah, thanks for requesting the song, Samuel. It's been a lot of fun, Samuel Barge. What are you, like a ship going off to the bay in the sea? This is what you guys get when you give me money. I insult you! I insult you! Give me your money to do a song. I insult you, Samuel. How dare you? How dare you request this song? I'm getting frustrated. You dirty son on a majestic beach. So 59, 60, let me play that clean. It is the same. We've seen it earlier, though. That's the one with that C11 in there again. So close to getting there, guys. Remember, you should have done the slow run-throughs at the end of the song several times by now. Do not try to take this all in one stride. That would be foolish. But let's keep going. This is the part. So we'd go, we're in the tab now. Right, so we just finished 60. You would go all the way back to the verse. You'd run through all that again, right, 13 to 51. But then you would, when you get to 51, you jump here because he actually tags that if today doesn't do me in, if today doesn't do me, he like tags it. And so we're going to do that part here. He doesn't do it the very first time, but the second and the third time, he does indeed do it. So we're here in measure 62. If that's new, I'll give it to you. It's the F chord with the pinky down on that 3rd fret, but also the middle finger is lifted. So we've seen this before, I'm just not sure if the picking's the same. 6 and 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 6 and 2, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. A minor we've seen before. That's that G11 trick again, 6 and 3, 4, 1, 3, 2. Then the F. Ooh, this part's really cool. Ian does it again. So we've got an F chord with our pinky down, but check this out. He's doing 4 to 2, thumb pointer. Then he's doing 6 to 1, thumb middle. But watch this. We go back to the 4th string with our thumb, but instead of being 3, we got to move our middle finger and now do the 2nd fret on the 4th string. That's how cool this sounds. He descends the middle line, not the low line or the top line, but the middle line. What are you, Bach, Ian Noah? You think you're Johann Sebastian? Whoa! So I'm just going to keep playing it and not explain it. Maybe that's a valid approach. All right, here we go. 4, 2, thumb pointer. 6, 1, and that's thumb middle. Then it's thumb on 4 again, but I'm going to move that middle finger in my left hand to get the 2nd fret. And it's 4 to 2, thumb pointer. So cool, Johann. And then 66. What is he doing, Bach? Bach! Where did you come up with this stuff, Bach? All right, new elements again. 4 to 3, it's all open. So now we pivot to a G chord here after this part. But we got the C. Where does the C come from, Bach? All right, so we do 4 to 3, thumb to pointer, then 6 to 1. Sorry guys, I'm getting excited and annoyed. So thumb on 4, pointer on 3, thumb on 6, middle on 1. Just a G chord. Then, I don't know what he's doing here. I think he's moving the ring finger down. I mean, I know he's playing that C. I suppose you can make the fingering more complicated, but let's just move out of the G to a C and the bass note. So I'm hitting the 5th string, but I move that ring finger down to get the C. Then I'm doing open on the 2nd string with my pointer finger. So really slow. 2, 3. How cool. 67. A minor 7. I don't know if we've seen this before either, but we hammer on the 5th. Yeah, go to the 4th, then the 1st, then the 3rd with our thumb, then the 2nd. So beautiful. Back to the F. We've seen that measure before, 69. We have that little descending middle line again, so this is very similar to 65, but the ending's different, and I'll show you why. And the beginning's different because it's 4 to 1 instead of 4 to 2. Thumb middle. Then my thumb does 6. Pointer does 2nd. So 4, 1, 6, 2. Then my thumb does 4 again, but I got to pivot it down, so it's the 2nd fret. But then my pointer does the 3rd string there instead of middle on the 2nd. 2, 3. 70 is slightly different. It's a G chord, thumb on 4, doing middle finger on 2, then the thumb on 6, pointer on 3, thumb on 5. Just a normal G chord. 71, 72, 73, we've seen before. It's a little breathing room. Everything would repeat, 13 to 51. That 51 would jump to the part we just did, 62 to 70. But check this out. When we do that all again, once we get to 70, instead of doing that final part, 71, 72, 73, we would jump to the little ending here. So let's do that. So we got the G. It looks the same at the beginning. That's exactly what I just taught you there in measure 70. We add an extra 2nd string at the end with our middle finger. One more time. Then do a C chord, and we just walk through the 5th string upwards. I'm a little fried. Make sure to check out your original strength, Tim Anderson. Crawl around, do your resets. It's good for you. I should have did that in the middle of the song. I don't know why I didn't. I wanted to power through it to get it done for y'all. Let's talk about singing this thing, and it is actually going to make it a whole bunch easier because, you know, when you look at that tab, there's so much nuance and variety that it's a bit overwhelming. But when you look at your chord chart, you're just going to go, oh, this is easy. I know these chords. I can do this. So let's simplify this and boost our morales now that they're down in the dumps thinking we're never going to figure all this out. Because it's pretty easy. And what I'm just going to do is a 1, 2, 3. Thumb, thumb, thumb. And do it however you want. Feel free to alternate the strings a little bit. I'm just going to kind of wing it here. We don't have to overthink it. But if we have a generic chord chart that I supplied for you, right next to the tab at mikesmusicmethod.com. 1, 2, 3. In a heavy rain, standing off an old country road. Beside a high rolling river so swift. There was a hitchhiking stranger, quite pale from the cold, and a king tried to thumb down a lift. Well, I pulled up beside him and let my window down to the rain and the bone-chilling wind. Said, you look awful warm in this late winter storm. Which way are you headed, my friend? So you get the idea there. Sorry, there's a couple more lines. Right, let's go to the chorus. So let's finish it up. So to the F, 2, 3. Right up to the spotlight, drinking all that Coke and gin, and a beer to my man. Sorry, with gold in my hand. C minor, not major. If today doesn't do me in. Now it's more manageable. I don't know this song that well. It was requested by a couple people, so I jumped on it. I need to work on the melody. I haven't listened to it enough. I've just hyper-focused on the guitar. But once you get that down, what you would do is maybe try to get the actual thumb pattern or something more involved. Or maybe you just do a basic generic pattern. Right, you're repeating something. So there I was just doing like thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. And I could play through all the chords like that. And we'll just do it for a second. 2, 3. That already sounds really nice. So even though we did all the nuts and bolts and all the ins and outs and all the nuances, you can do a generic pattern. It's totally going to be fine. And slowly build it up. Make sure you can now always sing along with it as you do it. So just strum and sing it. Make sure your phrasing is really loose with your picking. And that if you don't have the 1, 2, 3 down and you can't sing it just doing 1, 2, 3, then you are in serious trouble. So make sure you spend a ton of time doing that before you try to complicate it with the finger picking. Good luck singing it. You can do it. You can do it. You got it, Samuel. You got it, man. Slow runs. Let's do just the intro, but remember we're going to repeat at 9, go to 6, and then jump to the second ending to 10. 1, 2, 3. There's a pickup. 1, 2, 3, and... I really struggle with that transition from 6 to 10, but I promise you measure 10 is right. I know it feels wrong. That one's tricky for me. But that was it. Go slow. We'll be practicing it together this week. All right, let's do the verse. Let's do 13 to 36 here. I know it's a lot of information, so let's do this. And remember, we are repeating when we get to 20. 13 to 20, 13 to 20, and then we'll keep going to 36 here. 1, 2, 3. Go from 36 and we'll just do this pre-chorus part. 2, 3. Kind of what I call the chorus here, where he tags the title of the song. Measure 45 to 60. 1, 2, 3. When he tags the if today's doesn't do me in, so 62 to 73. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that was too quick, but we'll do it again here. But this time when we get to 69, we are going to jump to 75 and do the ending. So we'll do that all again, but we'll jump at the end of 69. We jump to the final G there. 2, 3. Samuel Barge, yeah, thanks for requesting the song, Samuel. It's been a lot of fun, Samuel Barge. What are you, like a ship going off to the bay in the sea? This is what you guys get when you give me money. I insult you! I insult you! Give me your money to do a song. I insult you, Samuel. How dare you? How dare you request this song? I'm getting frustrated.